So now I'm gonna create the function that's gonna get the final selected parts of the image. Okay, after zooming, choosing, so like the parts inside the circle, we wanna get that as a URL. Okay, so we're gonna have a function. Let's call it get image, and it's gonna be a use callback function. Okay, and then we're gonna have an async. Okay, right here, and then simply here we're gonna have a try catch. Okay, and in there we're gonna just console log it like that, and it try. We're gonna have a function that I've just got from the documentation of the package. So go to helpers, and then you're gonna have these functions. So a lot of functions right here. Okay, so this is what's gonna help us do everything. So you can get this from the attachment. So this is the function get cropped image. All it does is create an image. So it goes first of all to the create image function right here, and then create an image. Then it's at the URL of it, and then the basic information of it. Okay, and then it takes all the information that we pass, like the rotation. If you want to have any rotation, just remove. If you want to have flip, you can also have that. It's up to you. Okay, and then they have the source of the image, that's the original image, and this is the pixel crop. That means the parts that we're gonna cut from the X and the Y. Okay, so and that's all there is to it, and it's gonna have a canvas and then draw the image and then return it as a form of a blob URL in the form of JPEG. Okay, so that's all it does. So we're gonna take care of that. So we're gonna get this function and then go right here, and before that let me pass the dependency array, which is gonna be this cropped area pixels. So let me pass it, and we don't have it in a state, so let me create that right here. Okay, and this is gonna be set crop area pixels, and this in the beginning is gonna be null like that. Okay, so now we can go back to the try, and then we can have an image. Okay, and then simply you're gonna use await, and then let me just get the name again because I paste that somewhere. Okay, so we're gonna use that and then import it, and right here we're gonna simply pass the image that we have in the state and also the cropped area pixels. Okay, you can pass the rotation if you have the flip, you can pass it also, but we don't. So we're just simply gonna pass the image and the cropped area. Okay, this is simply all we do, and then return the image itself like that. Okay, so we can, before this we can console log the image, and also we can set the image. Okay, so you can see the changes live. Okay, and then set the image to the image. Okay, so let's do that so you can see. So if you go to the end and click right here, simply we're gonna call the function get cropped image. Okay, so let me click save. Okay, so there is something wrong. Let me see what it is. Okay, so we get the objects inside the objects. Okay, cannot read dx. Okay, so the problem was actually pretty simple to fix, because right here we can't read the X, because simply right here on the crop complete we don't actually set the X and the Y for this state. Okay, we just simply console logging it right here. As you see, the X and the Y and the width and the height, all the information. Okay, so simply right here, instead of logging it, we need to set it. Okay, like this, and now we're gonna pass it to the function itself. So let me refresh this and try again and see if it's gonna set the new image. Okay, so we add set image, so that means the new image is gonna be changing to this image that we have right here. Okay, so let me select this one for example and then save. Okay, only it's been changed, and the reason is you still see this because we still have the zoom in the state and the X and the Y. So if I zoom out, I'm gonna get the right place. Okay, so simply we can go right here and then set zoom. After doing everything, set it to 1. Okay, and then set crop, and then we're gonna make the X 0 and also the Y 0. Okay, 0. Okay, so we return everything to normal. I didn't have to do it in my first build. I don't know why it's happened right now, but it's not a problem. We can do that. So now if I choose an image and then select it apart like the end right here, and then click save. Okay, so now we get the cropped image. Okay, and now we have it here. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna show it or set it, because that's not the way Facebook does it. It just normally just show you the parts and then save, then the loading, and then you're gonna see it in the profile picture. There is no need to show it. I just did it so you can see the new image that we got. Okay, and also if you open the console, we're gonna have, let me just try again. Let's try this image. Okay, and then choose like this one on the right and then save. If you go back right here, we're gonna see that we have a URL, which is the blob image. Okay, this URL, you can take that simply this URL and add it in any image and it's gonna show. Okay, So just to prove it to you, we can take the whole link, okay, and go back right here, and then maybe you can show it. So we can have an image, and the source is going to be this. Let me close that, and as you see, we're gonna have it right. Okay, I just wanted to show it to you. But for the actual save, as I told you, we're not gonna do this. But for the crop photo right here, we can do that. We can see the cropped photo, but in the save, we're not gonna show it. We're gonna leave it normally and then show it in the profile picture. Okay, so maybe we can go right here to the async and pass like a property which is called show, and then right here, if we're passing something as a string show, okay, that means we're not gonna return any image. Okay, we're not gonna return it. Just set the image and also set the properties to normally what they were. Okay, let me remove this console log. Else, that means we need the image. Okay, so we can return that like this. Okay, and then we can take that and then send it to turn it to a blob actually, and then send it to the backend. So I feel like this is pretty simple. So right here, let me just to prove it to you, let me just console log something right here and just show. Okay, and we can have this right here, not show, but also we're gonna console log the image so you can see that. So let me go back right here, then open the console. Okay, let me go to the console right here. Let me try again so you can see. So in the crop photo right here, I'm gonna add the on click so we can see that actually. So set get cropped image. So it gets cropped image. Okay, and then we're gonna pass show. Like that, you can pass any string actually and it's gonna work. So now let's go right here and then let me refresh so we don't have anything, and then go right here. You need like to remove all the console logs, they are annoying. Okay, so let me pick apart, and if I go right here and click in the crop, okay, I'm gonna get it. Okay, like that, and as you see, just show. But if I went and click and save, nothing's gonna happen. We're just gonna see not show and also the URL of the blob. Okay, so that's way we don't need to create another function to do the same thing. Okay, just a bit different. So I feel like this is do we want it? Also, we're not gonna have this on click right here. This way we're gonna create our own function that's gonna use this function and also send it to the backend and all the other stuff. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to the backend and create the function to update the profile picture. So go to the backend, then routes, and then user. Let's create a new one, and this is gonna be, let's call it update profile picture. Okay, let me read that again. Update profile picture. This is gonna be lowercase, and let me take the same name right here, also import it, and go to the controllers and create that. So why it's taking so long, let me just open it from here. Okay, and then we can have export dot update profile picture async. It's gonna take the request and then the response, and then simply right here. Okay, so you can get the URL from the body that we're gonna send. So the URL is gonna get, so sorry, first of all, let's not forget the try catch. Okay, it's very important, and this is what we're gonna send like that, and then try, and we're gonna get the URL from the request.body. Okay, like that, and then we can just simply go await, or maybe just add this right here. So const response, and we're gonna use await, and then user dot find by ID and update, and the ID that we get, the property that we're gonna send, as you see right here in the routes. Let me just remind you, we send the auth user. That means we can access the request.user.id to get it. Okay, so request.user.id, that's the ID that we're gonna use, and what we wanna update is the picture, and it's gonna be by the U. Sorry for my voice. And then simply you're gonna respond to JSON. We can send just the URL back, for example. Okay, so we can go back right here. Let me go back to the update profile function or component. So on click right here, and then let me just create a function. Let's call it update profile picture. Okay, let me create that. I don't know if I even wrote it right. Okay, so const update profile picture is gonna be an async function. And right here, simply we're gonna do our thing. Okay, so we're gonna like just simply have a try catch. Okay, that's the first thing. Okay, and then we had the error, but let me just see if we have the set error. So we don't have it, so let me get it. So let me see if we have it right here. Okay, let me just search for it. Okay, so we have it, so we can pass that. It's right here like that, and get it in the components, because if we have an error we want to show it also. So this is going to be the error dot response dot data dot error. Probably not gonna be this way. I'm gonna change that, of course, because the error is gonna be, because we're gonna have many functions, so I'm gonna see how I'm gonna do it, but for now just leave it like that. So right here in the try, first of all we want the image. As I told you before, the image that we got is a URL, so we want to actually make it a blob. Okay, so right here we're gonna have get the image first, and we're gonna use the get cropped image, okay, like that, and this is gonna return the image. We're gonna use await. So now if we console log that, it's just gonna be the URL. Okay, console log image, that's just simply gonna be the URL. So let me just try again. Go right here and then select an image, choose a part, anything, save, and the function is gonna run. Okay, so this is actually annoying. I don't know why it does that. So let me choose again. Okay, save, go back right here. Can I please go up? No, okay, like that, and you see we have the URL. So we don't want the URL, we want the actual blob. Okay, so we can just simply use await. Okay, and we're gonna use fetch, and we can fetch that. So we can fetch the image that we got simply like this, and then we can just call it, I don't know, like p, and this is gonna return the elements from the link. Okay, and then we're gonna simply turn it to a blob like that. So now if we console log the blob itself, so let me just try that again. Okay, right here, and then select an image. So let me close that, save, open the console again, and as you see we have the blob right here. So if I open that, we're gonna have the size and the type of the image and all the other information. So that's the first thing that we needed to do. So now we can take that and send it and upload it first. So let me prepare the data that we're gonna send. So let me maximize this first. Let me remove that and let's work. So the first thing we're gonna need is the path. So we're gonna need the username. So I'm not gonna go to every single element and get it. So maybe we can just get it from the state. I don't want to pass it between 10 components. Okay, so we're gonna get the user and simply use the use selector. Okay, and then go to the state and simply spread the state and get the use. Okay, so right here the path is gonna be, let me use backticks, and then it's gonna be the username. So user.username and then /. Okay, so this is like the profile picture. So this is gonna be inside the profile. Let me add a underscore picture so we can search on that without any problem. Okay, so also this have the maximum. Oh, we're not gonna need the maximum. Now we send in, we're not getting. Okay, so this is the path that's gonna use. Okay, so that's everything. So now we can just like add the form data. So the form data is gonna be new form data like this. Okay, now we're gonna append all the elements that we can have. So we're gonna go to the form data dot append. Okay, we're gonna append first event the file, which is gonna be the blob elements. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing we're gonna append is gonna be the path, which is gonna be the path. Okay, like that. So now we can use the function that we had before. So const response is gonna await, and then use axios dot post, not post, sorry, which is gonna also just call the function. Let me just see it. So let me close the backend. So if we go back right here to the functions and then the upload images, we have this function called upload images, and you pass the data and the path and the token. Okay, so remember what we're gonna pass. Okay, so we're gonna call the function and then get it from here, and we're gonna pass the data, which is gonna be the form data, and also we're gonna send the path. We actually didn't know we can't do that. Okay, because this as you see right here, we already have the form data. Okay, and the path is not necessary because it's in the form data. Okay, you know what I mean? So this path was just unnecessary. So you know what I mean? So we just send it, but we should have because I don't want to change it because that could affect the other functions that we had. Okay, but you don't need to actually send it. And the token is going to be the user token. Okay, so the response is going to be an array of all the images, and as we only send in one image, so that's going to be an array of one element. Okay, so we can simply take that and then use it to the second function. Okay, so we can maybe create the function in the functions right here. So let me create a new file, user.js, so we can prepare what we're gonna need. Okay, so as you see in the post, we just simply could take this one and then have it in the user. Okay, and change it. Okay, so this is, we're only gonna get the URL and then the token. Okay, and right here we're gonna send the URL only. like that. Okay, and this is gonna be to update profile pictures. Let me take that. Okay, this is not should not be get or post or anything. When now we want to update something, you use put or patch. Okay, I'm gonna use put. It's up to you. So let me take that and then go back right here, not here to the, where is it? Let me close the post in the user function. Let me change that right here, and then also make this put like that. Okay, we're gonna send the headers, and if everything is all right, we're gonna return okay. So we can go back right here, and let me const let's call this updated picture, and it's gonna use await, and then let me just get the function. So the function, let me change the name of it to update profile picture. So this is gonna create a problem because this is the same name. Okay, so let me just change this to like lowercase. Okay, so we just avoid the problem. So take that back and then use that right here, and then we call it from the functions, and then we're gonna pass the URL, which is gonna be the response and the first element of it .url. Okay, so as I said, this is returns an array and the first element of it, and then we're gonna access the URL, and then the token is gonna be user.token like that. So, and that's gonna update the profile picture. Okay, you can not use this, so simply use await because we don't need it, but I'm just gonna use it because if we have an error or something. Okay, so if the updated equal, okay, that means everything went all right. Okay, so we can continue our work, else we're just simply gonna set the error with that. Okay, with the response. So right here, if everything is all right, now we're gonna create the post. Okay, so we'll use await and then call the function create post. Okay, that we have, so we need to get it from the functions, and the create post functions, we're gonna go back to the functions, let me close the backend. This is gonna get in a very confusing when you have a lot of elements. Okay, so where is it? So in the post we have this create post function. Okay, that we need right here. So let me see if I can get it. So I can get it from the functions like that. Okay, and we're gonna pass the elements that we're gonna need. So the first thing is gonna be the type of the post, which is gonna be profile picture. Okay, that's very important. We didn't use to pass it. Okay, and then after that we're gonna have null for the background, and then the text is gonna be the description because that's what we're gonna have. Also we're gonna need the URL, which is gonna be response, the first element, and then URL, that means the image right here, and after the image we need the user.id. okay, so from the I forgot what we use that. Okay, that's for the user property, which is going to be the user ID, and also we need the user.token. okay, like that, and that's gonna do it. And simply we can also check for this if it has an error. Let me just see if we had it. Okay, so we had it, so we can do that also. Okay, so we can do the same test like this, and then just let's call this const new post, okay, which is gonna equal wait, and then right here we can do the same test. Okay, and this if new post equal, and this is if everything all right. We're gonna do something else. If not, that means you have an error, then we're gonna just set the error to the new post. Okay, this is a bit confusing, but take this slowly and it's gonna be actually very simple. Okay, so now let's try this again, and let's wish that we get only one error and not a lot. Okay, so let me go and see if this is gonna work. That's the most important thing. So let me choose an image, pick this, and let me select the random part and then save. We should add the loading right here, but we don't have it, so maybe we just need to wait a little bit till the image uploads. Okay, and then maybe now I can refresh and see if it's updated, and as you see, it's been updated right here. Okay, but let's go right here, and now let me go to the post and refresh and see if we have any new posts. Okay, so refresh, and if you go right here, okay, so we don't have a post. So the profile picture has been updated normally fine without any problem. If you refresh right here, it's still there, but there is something wrong. Okay, so new post. Okay, first of all, this should not be a string. We're sending like an array of images, so we need to send the response, the whole response, which is an array, and then it's gonna have the objects with the URL. Okay, and maybe because this should not be equivalent to okay or something. So now let's try again, but this time I want to console log what we get in the response for the updated picture. Okay, even though we have the error right here, but I don't know, it doesn't set it, so maybe we can just try and see. So let me just go open the console, move it down, then choose a file, and then click save. Okay, let me see what we're gonna get. Okay, so right here we get the error, and the error says arrest.json is not a function. Okay, so let me go back to the controllers, this resend JSON. So let me just change it to send. Okay, like that. And now let's try this again. Also, we leave the console, so let me just go. Okay, and change something. Okay, and then click save and try again and see. Okay, arrest.send is not a function. Okay, so there's something here. Oh, I know what's the problem. I know. Sorry guys. So the problem, because I'm really dumb. Okay, I used rest right here. We shouldn't use rest. Okay, let me return this to JSON. This should be like a new. Okay, actually we don't need it. Let me just remove it because we're using rest, which is, you know, already occupied by the response, you know, keyword. Okay, sorry, this is what happened when you're tired. Okay, very sorry. So now let's try this again. Actually we don't need to send, you know, anything from here. Okay, but just let's try again. Okay, and now I think everything's gonna go right. So let me maximize this. Let's choose a part that we want, like this middle one, and then save. Okay, so now let me open the database and refresh and see. Okay, so we have 13. Finally we have a post, which is the type profile picture and has the image right here. Okay, the way we want it. So let me refresh. We're gonna have everything there. And now let me hide this so we can at least see something, so we can see what's in the post. So let me go back, for example, to the, I actually don't know yet. So let me go back to the profile picture infos and make this false, so we can stop saying that. Okay, now let me maximize this and see, and we have a new post. Finally we have updated his profile picture. Okay, so this is very good, and this is not gonna be this way. Of course, we're gonna change that and make it like a round small picture, and then the cover is gonna be displaying there also. But as you see, as I told you before, this is gonna be the name and then updated his or her depending on the gender and the profile picture. Okay, so finally now we can update the profile picture and also the post. So let me try this again, and now let's write something. Okay, so let me change that to true. Okay, wanna handle that, so don't worry, but now let me just do it manually. So let me go and add something in the text. Okay, so let me, for example, choose this, can hover on this one and then new pic and then save. Okay, don't worry, we're gonna add loader and fix everything. Okay, so this was like the hardest part. So now we have 14 posts, and as you see, the text is new pic. So now if I refresh this, and let me make this false. Okay, so we can stop seeing this, and then as you see, if we go back right here, okay, we have a new post. And also I should remind myself to make this the opposite, so this is the new one before this one. Okay, so as you see right here, everything is fine, and we can see that at least